New York City is a go for Phase 4 reopening this Monday, but we have to tell you, not everything's on the list getting the green light there. Zoos, botanical gardens, pro sports without audiences, and media production can all continue. But museums, malls, and indoor dining, that is all still off the table. Right now, the city says 8,600 restaurants in the city are using its open restaurants program that extends the dining to sidewalks and streets. And 40 more blocks are being opened up for that program. It's now extended as well until Halloween. Wow, end of October there. News 4's Andrew Siff live at the Central Park Zoo with the safety measures as more places are opening their doors. And I hope you have the seals with you too there, Andrew, like earlier.
Well, the sea lions seem to be sleeping right now, Natalie, and you were talking about outdoors and extending the outdoor dining through October. There's a reason it's going so many months, because this is all about outdoor activity now. Simple rule of thumb for Phase 4 in New York City. If it's something you wanted to do inside, like go to a museum, that will continue to be off limits. But if you wanted to, for example, visit a zoo, well, they will be open for business. Whether it's tigers in the Bronx or sea lions in Central Park, the creature comfort of city zoos is back.
New York City will enter Phase 4 on Monday.
But Governor Cuomo late today confirmed museums must stay closed, with indoor gatherings considered too risky amid a nationwide COVID spike that Cuomo says inevitably will arrive here.
I feel like we're standing on a beach and we're looking out at the sea, and we see the second wave building in the distance.
Phase 4 of reopening means that outdoor cultural sites like zoos and botanical gardens can reopen at 33% of normal capacity. And baseball is back. Yankees versus Mets this weekend, outdoors with no fans.
We'll get to watch it on television. I think it's going to be a great relief to a lot of us, and then particularly to all the baseball fans out there, and I'm one of them.
Also allowed next week, the resumption of TV and film production outside on the streets of New York City. And today the mayor added 40 blocks of open streets to the Phase 2 outdoor dining initiative. Dozens of streets now for restaurants only on weekends through October. All this as the ongoing fight to control COVID continues.
I tested positive on July 9th.
Jasmine Morales of the Bronx has been at a Queens hotel for the last week, a free service from the city's Test and Trace Corps to allow her son, who's staying with grandma, to keep his distance.
It means a lot to me that I can recover away from my home because, again, I don't want my son to catch COVID.
And interestingly, on the subject of Phase 4, Governor Cuomo today also said there won't be a Phase 5. This is life in New York City right now, primarily outdoors until the science changes. We're live in Central Park. Andrew Siff, News 4 New York.
All right, Andrew, thanks so much. Now, some of the best parts of summer on pause in South Jersey after coronavirus cases have surged in the beach town of MANASQUAN. Now, in just 1 week, the town has seen a spike of 26 cases, and that's almost half of their total cases. Among those infected there, lifeguards and badge checkers. All right, let's get out to News 4's Brian Thompson in MANASQUAN with the new restrictions that are now in place to stop the spread.
The jump in cases here impacting everything from the beaches to the playgrounds. This town scrambling to try to save summer. The battle is already lost behind MANASQUAN High School. These fields should be overrun with summer rec kids, but now canceled by the director.
She doesn't want to bring it home. She doesn't want to expose all these other kids that would be working there, to the possibility of contracting the virus.
MANASQUAN reeling from high school graduation parties, infecting some 24 students or so, some of whom work on the beach here as lifeguards and badge checkers.
Our boss is making sure we are taking every necessary precautions. We get our temperatures taken every morning at work.
And she sits with the same guard every day. Other guards here, especially after 2 of their number tested positive, realize they have to be careful.
My dad's at high risk, so I'm keeping him at mine when I'm just, I don't want him to get sick.
Governor Murphy driving that point home today.
When we say graduation parties, we mean indoors in people's houses. There's a lot of Like, come on, folks, don't do this.
Meanwhile, daily beach badge sales here will be limited on weekends to just 1,000 a day after beaches such as Long Branch stopped new arrivals Sunday because of overcrowding. MANASQUAN believes its beach attracted some of that overflow. These lifeguards anxiously keeping in touch with their 2 colleagues in quarantine.
Make sure that, like, they're getting better. Both of them should be back pretty soon.
But with temperature checks and testing, along with the scare this town got from this past week's spike in cases, the mayor here tells me he believes that they will have enough lifeguards to keep these beaches open all through the summer. In MANASQUAN, Brian Thompson, News 4 New York.